Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, thanks so much for coming back, and if you are new, hello, hi, I am Candy or Candice, and this is the place where I like to take you guys on my art adventures when I'm not working full-time in the animation industry. And today I wanted to touch upon something that I get asked a lot, especially on the Reddit forums, and that is how to correct when you have stickers that are getting misaligned and off-cutting. So I'm going to go through a couple different hacks that I have found personally that have worked for me, and maybe you will find these helpful for yourself as well. So without further ado, let's get right onto it. Alright, so the first one I'm going to talk about is one that I think a lot of people don't think about doing, and this is the path of least resistance. So I would say try this first before you get to any of the other ones that I'm going to showcase today. But I'm going to say go into your Cricut design space, and then you want to calibrate your machine. So go to calibration, and you're gonna want to go through the whole process here of printing out and saying, you know, it's cut off and you want to adjust. Now, what I would suggest with this is if you're noticing that your cuts are off, let's say when it's cutting either diagonal or horizontal, make up for that with saying that instead of saying this is where it cuts perfectly in the middle, which is what you're looking for with the calibration, you're going to want to offset it by however much your machine is cutting off by. So I find usually it's the horizontal that's off for mine. So that being said, I will always adjust the calibration to suit how much it's off by. That being said, the next thing you could do is always clean your machine, and that is just with a toothbrush. You're going to take a toothbrush and you're going to clean the little sensor on it, and that is something else that I think a lot of people forget to do, and it's an easy way to just fix your machine if it is off. Another one is always making sure that you're holding the mat correctly. So did you see how I was holding it very lightly with a rounded end? That is what you want to do to try and make sure that you're not putting too much pressure on your mat, and it should. Another one is making sure that you are putting your Cricut or your sticker on the Cricut mat either perfectly aligned, or again, just like with the calibration, offset it by however much it is off by, and that sometimes fixes the problem there. And one of the other steps that I am going to suggest is if we were to create a new project, and let's upload some artwork here. All right, now that we have our image here, I'm going to just shrink it a little bit, and I like to always change my background color so I can see what I'm doing here. I'm also going to take my images here, and I'm going to add the offset cut. So what I would always suggest is go a little bit larger than you would like, just so that everything will cut even if it's slightly off. So you just want to make sure that when you're cutting this, that you give it as much extra offset as you possibly can. And you want to hit apply, change the color, just like you would any other time. We're going to flatten, and then add this on top here. All right, so this is just everything you usually would do, so I will come back to you in a quick second. So you want to make your 4 like you usually would, or 2 depending on if you want small stickers or large sticker sheets. All right, so now that you have everything attached to your one image with all of your extra cuts here, we're going to duplicate our image 3 times so that we can put it in order here. Now, one thing I found that helps, let me just zoom out a touch here, and also I'm gonna just move this over here so you guys can see what I'm doing a little bit better. All right, so what I have found to be super helpful when working on your artwork here, oh goodness, okay, is aligning everything correctly. So let's grab the top two and we're going to say align, and we're going to top align. Now we're going to grab the bottom two and we're also going to say top align. I'm also going to grab the two sides here and I'm going to say align to the right, and also grab these two here and align to the left. So this is another method that I have found to be quite helpful when I'm doing a print and cut. Now, this next one is a little bit more time consuming, but it is going to give you the most bang for your buck in the sense that you will have the least amount of offcuts, but it does take a little bit more time on your part up front. That being said, what you're going to do is have your one sticker sheet or your one template exactly as shown right here. And you're going to set that up as your print version. And then let's say, because what I notice a lot when I'm printing with mine is it's the top, or it's the bottom two here that are always off. So what you end up having to do is slightly offset it. So what that means is I would go in super, super close, and you're gonna take your two bottom ones, and if you notice that it's off by that much all the time, then you would offset it by that much and then select them all, hit attach, and then you would have this as your Adventure Time cut pattern. So what that means is you would have a separate version that looks exactly normal for the cut or for the print, and then you would have a separate version that you would use specifically for when you're cutting with your Cricut. Again, I know it's a little bit time consuming, I know it's a little frustrating, but that is what I have found that has worked the best. Again, use whichever method you find fit. Let me know if you have found any of these super helpful, or if you have tried any of these in the past, or maybe you've tried some other ones and they've worked even better. So I would love to hear from you guys down below. Let me know what hacks you guys have found to make sure that you guys get the best cut when using your Cricut. This is a known error with Cricut design, and it's very frustrating that they all of these years that Cricut Design Space and Cricut has been around, and they still haven't gotten around to fixing this. But that being said, we are here to try and help each other through the hard times, and I hope you guys have found this video helpful. Let me know if there are any other Cricut hacks or Etsy hacks or anything that you guys are looking for, because I'm more than happy to try and help you guys out. And with that being said, I've got a puppy here. Hello! Put a little peppermint in the comment section below if you got this far, and don't forget to let me know what you thought of this video, and I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye!